Skelton number 8. Take 1.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, America's newest astronaut is now safely back on the ground after circling the Earth for some 15 hours. Right now, he's getting out of his spacesuit. So let's move in and see if we can get a statement from him. Captain, all America is waiting to hear from you, sir.
Hello there.
If you have a chair that's in bad repair, we can fix it. If your TV set isn't working yet, we can fix it. And if you'd like to go to a swinging show with a lot of laughs for you, strictly entre nous, we can fix that too. Our guest star, Joe Stafford. Our special guest star, Cesar Romero. David Rose and his orchestra. The Modernaires with Paula Kelly. What do you buy?
Johnson's Wax, creators of Johnson's Shoe Polish, a whole new way to shine your shoes.
And here is our star, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and good evening. I feel great tonight. You know where I've been this past week? I was down in Cathedral City, and they have a lot of those senior citizen villages around there. A senior citizen, that's an elderly person in his declining years. Declining years means when a girl asks him for a kiss, he declines. I'm interested in those villages, you know. Of course, I'm at the in-between age, see? I'm too old for Castoria and too young for Saratan. And one day I saw a guy who was 90 years old. He was seated on the curb, and he was crying. So I walked over, and I said, what's the matter? He says, my old man just gave me a whipping for throwing rocks at my grandpa. And some of those fellas, you know, they get kind of old. You know, there was one guy who went to the Red Cross, and he gave a pint of blood. Now, I don't know how old he was. But on the bottle, he put a label that says artificial coloring to be added. Some of those guys, they remember when Pike's Peak was a pimple, you know? One lady, she says, I remember when the Mississippi was a dewdrop, you know? And you know, they have fabulous stories that they tell you, the elderly folks, about their American heritage. This one guy says, you know, he says, I'm distant related to Paul Revere. When he was making that famous ride, he knocked on my grandmother's door, and she was nutty enough to let him in. And you want to know something? I just read that, and I just got it myself. But you know, at these senior citizen villages, they do things to induce people to come there, you know. Like one guy advertises free pogo sticks to every man over 85. Of course, I guess at 85 you can do as much with a pogo stick as you could anything else. But they have a lot of those communities, lady, and they have all the conveniences in the world, you know, all the convenience. I put a dime in one of those soft drink machines. Boy, was I surprised. Did you ever taste carbonated Geritol? But you know, age doesn't really mean anything anymore. Don't let it bother you. Take Bing Crosby, for instance. Now, he got 4 new kids. Of course, I think he taped those years ago. You know? Of course, you know, the senior citizens have many functions in their life, but I guess the most important is when one of the elders are asked to come over and act as a babysitter. It gives them a chance to take care of the youngsters and play with them, you know. And I'll show you what I mean. Can I have my hat? Thank you. Now, I'll be the little old fella taking care of the little one.
Oh, Louise, what beautiful bath towels. And so thick. But what's this?
Oh, a little extra something.
Something else?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really, girls? No bride ever had a nicer shower. Oh, it's cologne.
Mm-mm. Air freshener. New Glade Mist.
Oh.
Gosh, that's smart looking. And the color matches the towels.
It's beautiful. But where's the cap?
Isn't any. Just press here.
Oh, sprays for your finger points. Wonderful fragrance.
That one's floral sachet. Say, feels cool. Fresh.
The whole room is freshened up.
Jane, that Glade will look beautiful on this fancy shelf I gave you.
It looks wonderful anywhere. Glade's a fixture in my house.
Well, no shower should be without a fixture.
Oh, no.
All new Glade Mist. 4 delicate new fragrances, new low price. New Glade Mist feels cool as it clears and freshens the air. Try it.
When your roof starts leaking and your floor starts creaking, get some tools and do it yourself. When your stove is busted or your pipes have rusted, learn the rules and do it yourself. You'll find a lot of glamour in a wrench or hammer when your loved ones clamor for some aid. 'Cause in their eyes you tower like a magic power who can face their problem unafraid. Our sincere advice is in a household crisis, take that box of gadgets from the shelf. If something breaks, you'll glue it. There is nothing to it. So go on and do it yourself.
the Johnson Shoe Polish family. Self-shining polish for ladies' shoes, paste polish kit in a can for men's shoes, and scuffed shoe polish for children's shoes. The container's the applier. Self-shining polish and special scuffed shoe polish stroke right on the shoe. Neatly, precisely. Johnson's Shoe Shine Kit holds dauber, rich paste polish, buffing cloth, and dozens of gleaming shines. They're a whole new way to shine shoes from Johnson's Wax.
And now, here's a word about Pledge.
In the time it takes to wind your clock, Pledge in your dust cloth can clean and wax this table. Watch.
Just spray and dust. Johnson's Pledge gives waxed beauty instantly as you dust. Picks up dirt, smudges, fingerprints that ordinary dusting can't touch.
All done.
So am I.
There. In the time it took to wind a clock, Pledge cleaned and waxed this table. Gave it a real wax shine that dried instantly. Try Johnson's Pledge.
Tonight, Red Skelton, Cesar Romero, and Joe Stafford in Dial P for Plumber.
Mother, my husband is just getting unbearable. This morning, I had to fix my own breakfast again. It's the second time in 13 years. In California, that's grounds for divorce. George? Oh, he's out in the yard cleaning a chicken for our dinner. And who are you supposed to be?
Just call me the Birdman of Alcatraz.
Birdman of Alcatraz?
Yeah, when I married you, my friends gave me the bird, and you gave me Alcatraz.
Flattery will get you no place.
Yeah.
George, is that a fresh chicken?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't say anything to me. Certainly it's fresh.
Well, how come it looks so stiff?
Well, I didn't want to kill him outright, see? So Dean Martin gave me some of his medicine. Sort of looks like you in a bathing suit, don't it? No, I'm kidding. You're no chicken anymore. You're sort of a cold turkey.
One more crack and you'll be a dead duck. Your mother wants to ball you out.
Oh, it must be my birthday. She's a windy old bird, isn't she? Well, so much for Hurricane Mother.
I want this chicken prepared a la Maxime's.
Oh?
That's stuffed with chestnuts, a smidgen of garlic, basted with chablis, and garnished with truffles sautéed.
Okay, kid, you got it. Oh, I almost forgot. Bye-bye, Birdie. Hey, what a title for a Broadway show.
I want the pin feathers cleaned off that chicken.
Okay.
Now I'm going upstairs and take my shower.
Oh, well, lots of lucks. You see, that's the first law of television. If you can't get in a joke, get in a plug. I gotta clean your... Hey, good thing you wasn't a baseball player, boy. You never got to do one of those shaved commercials, I'll tell you that. There we are. Oh, shaving, you're going to lose your down. Thanks to me, you're going to be the boldest chicken town. There we go. Good heavens. I cut my tongue off. I cut my tongue off. Why did I cut my tongue off? Oh. Tippy tin, raise your little chinny chin chin. Make like this. Well, here you are now. Little fricassee number 5, and you'll get every dance, boy.
George!
Hey, now, you're not wearing the right robe. Yours the one that says it's.
I was upstairs taking my shower when the hot water turned to cold, and I almost froze to death.
Almost don't count. Now, you go back up and try again.
Listen to me, George. You go down and see what's wrong.
Well, I know what's wrong with the water heater. I didn't fix it.
Oh.
Here. Hey!
What happened, George?
Yeah, I also forgot to fix the staircase. Hey, you know, 20 years ago, you'd have seen me falling down that thing. Mother. Yeah, you dirty old. Well, let's see, when was this made? 1917. Isn't that the way things go? Just when you get it paid for, it doesn't work. Where's that construction plate? I think they make them like this so you can't get back. I'm fixing yourself.
George, I'm still not getting any water.
That's funny, I am.
George, what are you doing down there?
Huh?
George, did you hear me? What are you doing down there?
I'm rinsing my pinky.
Now, there must be some way to fix it. Use your head.
Yeah. I can't. The hole ain't big enough. Where you better call a plumber.
Well, why do I have to run your errands? You've got a telephone down there. Use it.
Oh, why did I think of that? Well, I guess that's why. Oh, that feels horrible when it goes down your arm, don't it? If I had a nose like Jimmy Durante, I could dial it from here. Well, that takes care of the area code number.
Mr. Gordon's office. One moment, please. Mr. Gordon, telephone.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you very much. Beverly Hills Pipe and Front Shop, eh? Plumbers to the stars. F.J. Gordon here. George Appleby? I never heard of you. How did you get our number? We're unlisted, you know.
I need some help. My water heater's busted.
Did you have an appointment?
Well, since when do you need an appointment to get a busted water heater?
Maybe you better bring it in.
Wait a minute. Your ad says you pick up and deliver.
That's right. You pick up and deliver.
All right. If the lights are with me, I'll be floating down your way in 10 minutes.
Is the leak really that bad?
That answer your question, buddy?
Here's a word from our alternate sponsor, Best Foods.
Today's moderns who are concerned about too much saturated fat in their diet use Mazola margarine because pure corn oil, the major ingredient in Mazola margarine, has less saturated fat than hydrogenated corn oil, the kind used in other leading margarines. Watch the difference between the drops of corn oil. Most of the corn oil in other margarines is hydrogenated. That's a process that changes some of their corn oil into saturated fat, greatly increases the saturated fat. But pure corn oil, the major ingredient in Mazola margarine, is never hydrogenated. That's why the corn oil in Mazola has less saturated fat. That's why you get full benefit of polyunsaturated corn oil. So if you're concerned about too much saturated fat in your diet, get delicious Mazola margarine. The corn oil in Mazola margarine has less saturated fat than the hydrogenated corn oil in other leading margarines. Delicious Mazola margarine.
Good afternoon, sir. Nice day.
Yeah, I have to take your word for it. Hey, would you mind opening the door for me?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm on my coffee break.
Well, then we're even. I'm on my back break. You think Jimmy Hoffa would mind if you just pointed me to the door? Okay, fire when ready, Gridley. I forgot to correct for the wind draft. Fire two! Would you like to say something to the man in the street? That'll come in handy if your keyhole ever gets plugged up.
Our Mr. Gordon will be right with you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Gordon?
Ah, Mrs. Van Ralston. You're looking so rich. And how's our little sink today? Is it behaving itself, huh?
Oh, the sink is fine, but the faucet goes drip, drip, drip.
Oh, how jolly. I'd be out of business if a faucet learned to do... What you need is a new washer, and you are so lucky the 1963 models are just in. Fire 12! Fire 13! Fire the rider!
Now, this is a nice washer.
Oh, good. I'll have one delivered to you right away. Thank you so much, Mrs. Van Ralston. Fire 16! Parade? What's your screaming about? Pardon me, sir, but do you always enter a shoppy like that?
Well, if I want to get a laugh at, yeah.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
I'm George Appleby. I'm trying to kick this hot water a bit. Can you help me get this monkey off my back, please?
Well, this hot water heater has obviously seen better days.
Yeah, and my back have seen better nights.
Make yourself comfortable. I'll show you some of our latest models.
Hey, what are these, engagement rings for the Indian rubber man?
Now, this is our Canadian model. It's very popular up north.
Boy, it's gonna drive them nuts down south. I better get a little fixture.
Now, this little number heats up in 30 seconds.
I had an answer for that, but we couldn't find an asbestos cue card.
This is is our Super Deluxe model. Solid steel, guaranteed for life.
Oh, solid steel, huh? Guaranteed for life. I'm sorry I got one like that. It's called a wife.
Mr. Appleby, you look like the do-it-yourself type to me.
No.
Yes, you do.
How could you tell?
Ah, by your haircut. Now, this little number here costs only $400. If you put it together yourself, you save the tax.
Oh, yeah? Well, how do I save the tax?
When you pull them out of the box, you put them into a jar. That's a little plumber's joke.
And I know just the room to tell it in. There you are. As they say in Russian, fini. I'll turn this thing on. Well, what did I do with the blueprints? Oh, here they are.
George, how long is it gonna take you to fix that thing down there, for heaven's sakes? Well, is the water heater hooked up yet?
Wait a minute. Yep. There. Feel that.
Oh, you stupid idiot, it's still cold.
You have to wait
How long do I have to wait?
till I go down and light the burner.
You can say that again, Mother. Well?
Not too well, no.
And you better light it and see if it'll work.
That's a good one.
Lame brain. What were you gonna light the heater with?
Oh, Clara, you may not be the most beautiful girl in the world, but you are certainly the homeliest. Oh, let's see, which one shall I take? There's just so many to choose from, you know. Oh, good heavens, you didn't have to open a new box. Geronimo! Okay, Clara! You're gonna go upstairs and take your shower now! Good heavens, what was in that mat?
Johnson's Wax, makers of the amazing new Pledge for waxed beauty instantly as you dust, has brought you this portion of the Red Skelton Hour. second half of the Red Skelton Hour is being brought to you by Marlboro. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste.
Now I know why they call them frogmen. You could croak in an outfit like that. Oh, I hope that's our guest star. We haven't heard from him in 10 pages.
Mr. Rafferty, I've come for the water heater.
Well, you come to fix it or take it to a dance?
Fix it?
Oh, well, come in.
Yeah, thank you. That'll be $50.
You just came in.
Oh, I have a threshold charge. If I look at it, it'll cost you $20 more.
Well, that's pretty reasonable, $10 an eye.
Now, Mr. Rafferty, would you like to have my special extra-duty, tutti-frutti repair job?
Oh, that's just the one I had in mind.
Very good.
Sounds delicious, you know.
Well, that's a flat fee of $500, no questions asked.
Well, will the heater work when you get it fixed?
That's one of the questions you shouldn't have asked.
Okay, I'll have to give you a check.
Is the check any good?
That's one of the questions you shouldn't have asked. Now, will you hurry up down there and fix it because the cellar's getting full of water?
Well, now, look, Appleby. Look at it this way. You haven't lost a heater, you've gained a swimming pool. Come now. It wasn't that funny.
Oh, he thinks so. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie. See, we live in a neighborhood filled with underprivileged cats. Now, hey, I've never played one of these before.
Hooray! I haven't danced like this since I fixed George Raff's garbage disposal.
I ain't a cut-in group, but would you go down and fix the drip?
Oh, yes, of course. Now, let me see. Your heater was model number 436-93478 GLM4.
I think it was,
7621-0637459234098.
That's it. How did you know?
I took a wild guess. Yes, now I know exactly what you need.
Oh, you do?
Now, first, you need this Clavis drool with a bevel Neville ring. It costs $8.
Well, what does it do?
It's only $8. What does it have to do?
It's so cheap, I can't afford to turn it down.
You know, of course, that the bevel Neville ring connects directly to the planadiddle.
Well, I don't have a planadiddle.
You do now. Yes, now, all you need is a new 3-inch Fromkes.
Fromkes?
Yeah.
Well, can I use the one I've already got?
You cannot use an old Fromkes on a new planadiddle.
Have you ever thought about taking this on Meet the Press? I can't do that, huh?
No, naturally not. You want your planadiddle to work, don't you?
Sure, you bet. Anything I can't stand, that's an unemployed planadiddle.
There you are.
Oh, thank you.
Now you're all set.
Oh, well, here, Mr. Morris, I don't know how to install this stuff.
Well, I tell you, Appleby, I like you.
You?
Yes, I do. So for $1,000, I'll go down and install it myself.
$1,000? Gee, Mr. Gordon, you're all heart.
Now, wait a minute, I can't see very well.
Oh, that's good. I now launch the SS Crook. I gotta know it. You want the $5,000 rope or the $10,000?
Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste, takes you to Packer Stadium in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Here, the 1961 Player of the Year led the Green Bay Packers to the World Championship. Meet All-Pro halfback Paul Hornung. Settle back, Paul, with your Marlboro. December 31st, 1961, the Packers and Giants fighting for the championship. Remember? Here's your first score. And that afternoon, you set a World Championship record of 19 points. Glad you had such a great year, Paul, and glad to see you're a Marlboro man.
You bet. Marlboro's been my cigarette for a long time.
Well, Marlboro's got the combination. Lots of flavor and the select trait filter.
Like they say, you get a lot to like with the Marlboro.
Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jo Stafford.
As long as there's music, there'll always be spring. The spell of the moon comes from a tune when love has its fling. As long as there's music, Jo Stafford will sing.
See the pyramids along the Nile and watch the sunset on a tropic isle. But just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers and send me photographs and souvenirs. But just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me. I'll be so alone and without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. But remember, darling, till you're home again, that you belong to me.
Hear my lullaby in rhythm. Dream your dreams and wander with them. Evening drums will come and take you through the night. To my lullaby in rhythm, all the breezes sigh in rhythm. Rest, my love, let nothing wake you till the light. Stars dance while the shadows creep. The moon man's gonna gonna swing you up high, swing you to sleep. Hear my lullaby in rhythm. Dream your dreams and wander with them. Sandman's gonna come and make you sleep good night. Listen to my lullaby in rhythm. Hoodoo, 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 lullaby. Get hip and hear my lullaby in rhythm. Lullaby. Stars dance while the shadows creep.
The moon man's gonna swing you
Up high, swing you to sleep. Hear my lullaby in rhythm. Dream your dreams and wander with them. Sandman's gonna come and make you sleep good night. Sleep till the morning light. Lullaby. Good night. What can you say about the blues? Folk songs that echo with a mournful wail. Born in a river shack or city jail. What can you say about the blues?
The blues is an old, old story. The blues is an old, old story. The Monday kind of sad ones and the Sunday kind of glad ones too. Folks, I just been down to Memphis town. That's where people smile at you all the while. Hospitality, they were good to me. I couldn't spend a dime. I had the grandest time.
We went out a-dancing with a Tennessee dear. A fella there named Handy had a band you should hear.
While the people swayed, all the fellas played real harmony. I never will forget the tune they call the Memphis Blues.
They got a fiddler there that really slickers his hair, and boy, he sure do pull some bow. And then the big bassoon seconds to the trombone's crew. They moan just like a sinner on revival day.
That melancholy strain, that ever-haunting refrain, is like a southern sorrow song. Here comes the very part that wraps a spell around my heart.
It sets me wild to hear that lovin' tune again, the Memphis Blues.
The Mississippi River is long, deep, and wide. I got myself a rowboat, pull for the other side. And when I heard the music, I could have laid right down and died. You should have heard the singing come floating out of
your fanciest dancing shoes and ask the leader to play those blues. The MEMPHIS boy, I mean the Memphis Blues. Put on your fanciest dancing shoes and ask the leader to play those blues. The MEMPHIS boy, I mean the Memphis Blues.
Now, a word from our alternate sponsor, Pepsodent.
You switched to fluoride toothpaste. Are you getting all the results you expected?
It's a surprising fact. All leading fluoride toothpastes lose active fluoride right in the tube. New Pepsodent Fluoride delivers more of what you buy a fluoride for. More active fluoride to help fight decay. Here's what happens to active fluoride. This leading brand loses a good third right in the tube. This one, more than half. But new Pepsodent Fluoride holds on to almost 90% of its decay-fighting active fluoride. Gives you more of what you buy a fluoride for. Now, 2 Pepsodents. Familiar white Pepsodent, Pepsodent Fluoride. And for complete dental care, use the best toothbrush. Pepsodent, with a straight-line design preferred by dentists 2-to-1. Pepsodent toothbrushes in adult, junior, and child sizes.
And now, Red Skelton in The Silent Spot. Go away. Red will be back in a minute. Next week, Red's guests will be Janice Page and Stubby K and the Mean Widow Kid. And now, here's another word from our sponsor of this portion of the Red Skelton Hour, Marlboro Cigarettes.
Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Settle back with a Marlboro. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro filter, flavor, pack or box.
And now a word about the new Pal razor.
At last, a razor that won't ever tarnish. The reason? It's the world's first stainless steel injector razor. New Pal, the adjustable injector razor that always keeps that bright, clean look. And because it's made of stainless steel, new Pal is so durable, it's guaranteed for life. Pal's got beauty. Pal's got balance. Pal's got brains. It's adjustable. Get the new Pal razor, 10 new Pal premium blades, and travel case, all for $195.
Here he is again, Red Skelton.
Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of Joe Stafford and Cesar Romero and our entire staff at CBS. And on behalf of our sponsors, we'd like to thank you for allowing us to be a part of your evening. So until next week, we say goodbye for now, and may God bless. Good night.
Marlboro. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro. The filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste has brought you the second half of the Red Skelton Hour. Gowns by S. Howard Hirsch of California. This program was pre-recorded. Art Gilmore speaking.